Whoa, what the hell? This is kind of weird. What's up, guys? Happy Monday. Hope everybody had a good holiday. Let's see what the market looks like today. Lansky. Reminds me of like Boardwalk Empires. Good times. Lansky asks, what should I invest in today? Vaccines. Can't go wrong with vaccine plays at this point. If we're talking about long-term investments. Yo, this is kind of odd today. Look at this. Stock-wise for vaccines, I'd probably say AZN. They're probably one of the most underrated ones right now. They're working on a really good vaccine. They haven't really gotten a lot of hype behind it because they're doing AstraZeneca. They're doing a very, very long study. They're trying to be very safe with it. So they haven't really been in the ability of making profit like a lot of the big companies. But they're supposedly doing a good job, and they were one of the first ones to start with the vaccine too. How's everybody else doing, man? How's everyone's day? Yep, AstraZeneca. This is kind of interesting here. The oil companies playing games. So you got APA up 7% today, DVN up 6%, FANG up 5% almost. Then you have EOG up 4%. Then you have MRO 3%, COP, Chevron, and XOM at 1.4%. Facebook have a nice move today, 3% to the upside. What's this? Ralph Lauren. Interesting move there. Amazon moving back down. What the hell? Market running all-time high, but Amazon moving back down. Booking.com coming off that double bottom pattern. It's either going to hit 2,700 or we're going back to 2,100 on Booking.com. Feel like we're going downhill though. Especially in the travel sector. Super sus. AMD had a nice move today, up 5%. Where's TSM in all of this? TSM. Wow. Damn, we were holding on to TSM last week too. We closed it too early, I guess. Oh well. TSM coming back to this next resistance at 123. Costco at all-time high, you said? Wow. Jeez. Market is crazy. Microsoft too. Microsoft did really well today. Apple did really good today. Oracle still coming down a little bit. Yo, I think it might be time for that Oracle entry. Did we fill that gap? It looks almost like we filled the gap on Oracle. Let's take a look at Microsoft chart. So Microsoft, last time I was looking at it, I drew this double bottom pattern. I wanted to see it come back to this top over here at 345. Where did we hit today? 342. So we're almost there. So I feel like we're almost there on Microsoft. Very, very close. Almost at 345, man. RSI is very hot too on the half-day chart. So starting to get to a very, very hot zone. Ouch. Check a look at NVIDIA. So NVIDIA actually looked like a breakout. NVIDIA messing with that double bottom pattern as well. So let's see. So NVIDIA has been in this up, down, up, down, up, down. And it was testing against this trend line here. And today actually broke out against this trend line. So there's also potential to just finish that double bottom over here, 321. What's up? What's going on? Yeah, video looks pretty good. So you have this trend line pattern over here that would usually provide as resistance. Above it means it's a breakout. You also have a double bottom set up here on this time frame here too. So you have this right? If you were to finish a double bottom pattern, we would go to 321. We're only setting at 309 right now, so that's still 11-point move left. There's huge potential. But that depends on like how much risk you guys are willing to take. Because I don't know how much room that we have left on NASDAQ, and SPY. That's the other thing that I'm constantly worried about right now, because when the RSI is so hot and you're just starting to hit resistance at this point. We actually broke above this resistance too, but this was one of my last targets to get out of almost like majority of the bullish positions. And we kind of hit that last target, especially, well, for me, it did. So this is an area where I probably start looking to de-risk instead of adding on more bullish positions. How'd you like that SPY close? SPY close was crazy, bro. The SPY market has just been crazy in general. A lot of low value move. We've been moving like what, 1.4% today, 1.5%. Had this nice double bottom pattern as well. Sometimes you just got to respect these bullish patterns. I mean, if you guys aren't familiar with some of the basic patterns, like a double bottom, and like over here, this is inverse head and shoulder, right? So this is the shoulder, this is the head, and this is the other shoulder. So these are all bullish patterns that plays out here. You just got to respect it sometimes, and just kind of play along with it, despite how crazy it is. But what are the chances, man? Made a whole new all-time high. RSI being maxed out at this point, almost, but getting all-time highs. If you're not deleveraging here, I don't know what you're doing with your life. I don't know, man. It's always hard for me to buy calls at this point because I always ask myself. I mean, and I don't like to buy puts either because I know how unrealistic the market can be sometimes. Um, and I always talked about this, like why I don't like to buy puts because I know a lot of times the market likes to be more unreasonable and unrealistic than it wants to. So I don't like to buy puts a lot. It's kind of like I don't know. The market is kind of like nah, I'm not gonna use that example. I was thinking about this example I could use, but I don't want to use that. It might offend some people. But sometimes the market could be really unreasonable. When it wants to go up, it was just gonna go up, and that's why I don't like to short it on the tiers. I rather just go long on the bottom instead, because I know eventually it's gonna work. When it's going up, because a lot of times, and I always talked about this to like my mentees. I always talked about this to the people that I mentor about how the market tends to go up more than it goes down, and that's one of the reasons I don't like to over leverage on bearish positions. And even when I do short on it, I short it on 20% of my portfolio, whereas the other 40-60% is on long positions, right? That's the only reason I would short it, to hedge those positions. Otherwise, I don't really like to short SPY or buying puts on it in general, because I know how unreasonable it can be. But at the same time, at this point in time right now, is also extremely hard to buy calls because I mean take a look at it, right? You're at this top. We just made a new all-time high today, right? Where do we go from here after making new all-time high? Like if it like over here when we made new all-time highs, we could either make a lot more higher highs or we could just pull back from here. You don't really know because you don't have anything in front of you, right? There's no resistance on in front. So it could potentially run another 10 points, it could potentially run another 20 points, or it could come back for another, for over here. But at least when it's coming back down, I know where the supports are, so I know where I could buy it at. But when it's going up to new territories, uncharted territories, I don't know when to get out. So if I don't know when to get out, I can't plan properly. If I can't plan properly, man, it's gonna be hard for me to make money. You know, so that's why it's tough to get calls. So at this area, if you were to get calls, these are the area over here. We talked about these in market outlooks too. So I posted a London market outlook today. Let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at the market outlook. So this was last week's market outlook. So last week's market outlook, we were talking about how, how this was published on December 20th, last Monday around 1 a.m. I said last week it was a good time to take profit as market reacts to bad news Omicron and sit on hand and wait for opportunity near 449. However, we actually never got that opportunity near 449. We did have this double bottom setup, but I personally myself, I didn't get a huge buying opportunity um, that I wanted. So I was only able to nibble a little bit on the upside. I didn't get as much of a buying the dip on this double bottom as I wanted to. So that was what I was looking at last week. Tech sector was also very choppy, and I said we have a potential double bottom set up on the chart, but the selling pressure is strong Friday, so that can validate the W setup and indicate more selling ahead. Support would be near 373 area if that setup got invalidated. That didn't get invalidated actually. It ended up coming back up from that exact area I was looking at, 378, 379 area, and we're at a nice high from the Qs right now. The XOF was the only position that I was able to open up because I had a position to open on XOF after dividend day payout at 37.60. So I picked up a bunch of contracts, 37.60, came back up to 39-ish, and that was like a dollar and change move on XOF. So that was a very easy move that played out. And then this is how the chart looked today. Oops. Let me find the chart for today. So this is how the chart looked today. This was last week's, where this leg didn't move up yet. This was this week's, where we got the full leg move. Very nice move there. So this was a good area to XOF too. So we saw a huge recovery across the board. Dollar index is getting a little bit weak. Amazon was disappointing today. It was the only FANG that was down. FANG. FANG. Actually, Netflix was kind of weak today too. Netflix and Amazon was disappointing, both of them. So this is this week's market outlook. We saw a strong move up as market moved away from Omicron worries. However, we're at the point to take profit and stay cautious again. And then XOF will finish up the W pattern. So we're looking for that $40 mark. Let me see where we're at now. So we're looking for that $40 mark over here. So I think we're still climbing toward that. We still got a little bit of room left on the XOF sector, the financial sector. But these other sector, I'm a little bit worried. I like the financial sector a little bit more. Dang. But I'm kind of scared of these other sectors. And then the dollar index, we're chilling around this 96 area. So this is the area of support. This is where you're gonna watch out for the dollar index. If you guys aren't familiar with the dollar index, it's DXY in TradingView. You want to watch this. If it falls to $60 and holds that position and it bounces off 60, then you're in trouble. Oh my gosh, man. I'll respond to this text. But if we continue to bounce off this, you want to be careful. I think we can potentially bounce on the dollar index. So this is another reason why I want to stay cautious, because if the dollar is up, it's bad for the market. If the dollar is down, it's good for the market. So the dollar has been down the last few days, but I think it's hitting support right now and it could potentially bounce. So time to be careful. Why did I sell my SPY call so early? Why? No. Getting a call from Kev. Right? So those are the market outlook charts. Hopefully that helps. Tesla had a huge run today again, but Elon sold more shares today. Did he really? No way, man. I thought Elon was done selling. Why did he keep selling? Why, Elon? Why you do this? So much of AI is about compressing reality to a small vector space like video games and Weverse. Huh? Physics formulas are rendering rules. Physics is law. Everything else is recommendation. People are able to break any law made by humans, but not made by physics. The more complex entity and pockets of reality, the harder they are to compress. Intelligent life, consciousness, love. Yeah, the smarter someone is, the harder it is to simulate or predict their behavior. I won't pretend like I understand this, but I will send $10 to one person who follow us and retweet with their Cash App or Venmo. I wonder if the guys running the reality simulator are amused to see us trying to make our own simulators. Ooh! Yo, actually, so I was talking to my friend over this weekend about AI and metaverse, and we actually stumbled onto this topic. Have you guys ever heard about the Mandela effect or like deja vu and stuff? Now that Webb telescope has been launched, they will have to spend more on rendering. Haha. So this is the inside joke that Elon Musk is talking about. I think I think we just happened to all thought about the same thing this weekend, and Elon Musk just kind of joking about this in a way. You guys might not understand it yet, but or maybe you guys have, but it's just this whole talk about the metaverse, and it goes back to like the Matrix and all that stuff. So the so the Mandela effect, right, is or like deja vu. The deja vu is like, so the Mandela effect is a phenomenon in which a person or a group of people have false or distorted memories. Some believe that the Mandela effect is proof of alternative realities, while others blame it on the fallibility of human memory, right? And then deja vu is like when you see something that you thought you seen before, but you just remember it wrong or something like that. So there are some good, really, really good videos of this, and then there's also like examples in the Mandela effect, right? So like so like between these two peanut butter logos, right? Some of us may have remember seeing this one, whereas some of us only remember seeing like, you know, this, like some of us may never have seen this one, and some of us, thought that that used to be their previous logo. What the hell? They don't want me to show this. What's going on here? The creator of the universe trying to end me. So and then there's like some of these interesting logos. So then even like Curious George, right? So the concept right now is that Curious George never really had a tail, or at least like some people don't think he has a tail, but they think that he does have a tail. A lot of people remember Curious George having a tail. Hmm? Oh, so this is like probably the most popular one. Fruit of the Looms, right? How many of you guys remember this logo versus this logo? Do you guys think the real Fruit of the Looms logo or a time in the past? Have you guys seen this one, the one on the left, or has it always been the one on the right? So the current logo is the one on the right, but there are some people, even like even between me and my friends, there's some of us that remembers this one, right? Where it has the basket thing, and then there's like a lot of people on the internet that believe it to like the old logo used to be like this, but they never ever had made this logo before. Never ever, Fruit of the Loom has never ever made this logo. This is the current logo they have right now, and it goes to like, it kind of goes to the point where like people start to theorize that possibly we are living in a metaverse ourselves, like yeah, Fruit Loops are Fruit Loops. So I think you guys, some of you guys have seen this, right? So they're starting to realize that we are living in a metaverse in ourselves, and that, you know, we have creators. We're like living in a simulation, and that the reason some of us remember it is because they have deleted it, but some of us still remember it, whereas the other half don't remember it because they already deleted it, and they went back in history and delete every single version of this logo. So that's why if you look in the history of Fruit of the Looms, there's no history of this logo, but for some reason, a lot of people remember this one. So that's kind of want to go back to like what Elon Musk is talking about here. He's like, now that the Webb telescope has been launched, they have to spend more on rendering and stuff. So there's also like, it also goes into like, there's also another theory in physics, right? That how like, oh, what is it? It's kind of like how we perceive colors, right? Because the way we perceive colors is by rays of light, and things like that too. And the perception of color is to what we see, right? Like the spectrum of colors. It's a tricky thing to explain because, and he goes on, and they go on to explain this in another matter in terms of physics and atoms and stuff. Um, whereas like if you shoot like two cats or two balls through like two different holes, if we don't see it, it doesn't happen. But if we see it, it does happen, and things like that. So that's kind of what they're just talking about, how we're like in this whole we're all possibly in a simulation, but we don't really know it. And and the reason we're all talking about this, or like the internet is starting to talk about this whole AI, this whole like, you know, simulation and different universe thing, is because of how like everybody is getting into the metaverse and the whole theory of metaverse and stuff. And I mean, and they talked about some of these stuff in the past, like the Matrix is kind of talking a little bit about that in a way. How, if you guys ever watched the beginning of Matrix, um, there's like a prequel slash story version of the Matrix, where the animation version, where um, everybody is actually already um, connected. The Animatrix, yeah. So I think Tommy actually told me about that, right, Tommy? The Animatrix. So when you watch it at some point, everybody is already zombie and connected like to like the computer. And I think the robots actually, or was it the aliens? They actually already they're the one that's in control, and all the humans are actually being drained of the resources. I think you can watch it for free on Tubi. Where is it? Oh, okay. Maybe you can watch it for free anyway. I'm not sure. It used to be for free on Tubi. It's a pretty interesting. So the Animatrix, it's a pretty interesting concept. If you like thinking outside the box and having your mind blown a little bit, go for it. If you're like, if you're comfortable, like, you know, with yourself and with the society we live in, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't look up. Don't look up. Do you have dark pool flow? Yeah, I mean, I check flow sometimes. We have unusual option activities where I can look at the flow. Is there any flow that you want to check out? And then we have like black box as well. So there's a few things we can use to check flow. I don't follow as much because I'm not too crazy about the flow. I mean, sometimes it's effective, sometimes it's not. Um, so let's see. Let's check out what the flow looks like today. So Go huge bullish flow. Bearish flows on Amazon and LCID, CCL. So I can see that. Those make sense. DVN, APT. APT with the big flow. Actually, very interesting there. So APT is a mass company. If they think there's a huge flow on it, then sus. Then they think it's gonna go to the moon, you know. So this is 27 today. There hasn't been much flow, so until today we're getting a lot of flow. Expiration day 31st, the 7th, and 21st. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 4 out of the 6 of the flows are extremely bullish. What are they saying? Let me see. It's raining again today, jeez. So we're seeing some $9 calls sweep to the upside at the ass. That's pretty bullish. We see some $7.50 calls sweep today. The underlying was around $7.716 for 750. So they must be looking for a huge move. And then there's also $7 call sweeping for next week, and then there's a $6 and $650 call sweep as well. So those are some interesting sweeps for this week. GLD, which is gold. Let me see this. Maybe we'll set up a play for this. Yo, what's up, Fiat World? How you doing? So gold has a mostly bullish sweep. I think they're looking for 170s, 161. It's also potentially a lot of hedging too. Just looking at some sweeps right now. Seeing a lot of interesting sweeps across the board. What is SIMO? This has been moving a lot. Just got back into town from vacation. Airports are crazy. That's the way. What happened? What's going on at the airport? I believe it, man. I can only imagine. Heard like a lot of flights got canceled, right? And like they said one plane was going to China and they had to turn around. A lot of crazy stuff in the news today. Let me see, what's the market on close today, actually? Whoa! What the hell? Market is extremely bullish. Market on close and balance was $1.3 billion to the buy side. I think last Friday was pretty bullish too. Turn around now. What's up, Hazard? Hazard, their cat. What's going on? It's good. Can't complain. How about you? How about you, my good sir? Super long Tesla lines, TSA lines, even pre-check. Luckily, my flight didn't get canceled. Wow. Damn. Pre-chat is a scam, huh? At this point? Yo, I love TSA pre-check, man. The pre-check has saved my life many times. Because I don't know why. I just love showing up to things at like the break-even time. Or like I always like time things to the point where it's like last, like just about the right time. So I used to always go up to like every time I have a flight, if I'm traveling alone, if I'm like on a business trip or a solo trip or just like me and my boys, like on my guys' trips and stuff, we always end up showing like just in time. Like we'll always get there just in time because I hate waiting at the airport, right? There's like literally nothing to do. Unless I'm on a connecting flight, I don't like to wait in the airport. So we'll get there like just in time. And every time we get there, I always forget how long some of the lines are. And TSA pre-check has always saved my life. Like just zoom right through. If you have TSA pre-check, you don't even gotta take your belt off and stuff. You just walk right through, man. I think the best part is just being able to keep your shoes on in TSA pre-check. Yeah, TSA pre-check usually 5 minutes. I waited for 30 minutes. What about the clear pre-check? Don't some airports have the TSA pre-checks and they have the clear pre-check now? LOL. Oh no. Oh no, Jolene. Damn. I'm sorry. I will go on time. I'll go 30 minutes early just for you. But yeah, usually when you have the TSA pre-check, like the regular line would be like an hour, um, for some reason, right? Well, for whatever reason, the regular line is always 1 hour long, just or 30 minutes an hour long, just because a lot of people take so long to take off their shoes, and they take so and also actually the regular line is super sus, man. You guys got to be careful of the regular lines because sometimes there are people that actually steal. There's actually thieves that like wait for these opportunities and scammers where like if you're not watching your stuff quick enough, they will like get you. They will like steal your passport, your wallet and everything because a lot of people um like you gotta, for some of you that if you guys aren't traveling enough, you guys gotta really be careful about this because when you're waiting on the regular line, right? Because some people don't have the pre-check, so there are times I have to wait on the regular line. If you're waiting in the regular line, make sure you're putting your backpack last. Like leave your backpack on the floor until you're about to go through that scanner, and then put your backpack on that the bag through thing, because you want to be walking through across that pre-check before your bags go through, because a lot of times people put their bags on the conveyor belt too early and their bags has already gone through, right? But they're still waiting for their body to get scanned. So I've seen this happen to people before, where I remember one trip somebody had their whole book bag stolen because somebody else just walked by, they took it. And I googled this. It's actually like a super common thief, like it's a super common scam where people just like rob your stuff if they target you and they look and you look like you're like you have like expensive stuff on you and they see you put your stuff in your book bag. They will signal for the other person to steal your stuff, and they can just steal it and walk away, and you'd be left without passport. You'd be left without like everything. It's so dumb, man. Sometimes like if you get screwed, because when you go through that body scan, you leave everything in your book bag, and if you lose your book bag, that's it. That's the end. Like you lost everything. And a lot of people, if they steal like some basic stuff, if somebody has like multiple items and steal one of your bags, you don't even realize it because you're worried about putting your shoe back on first. So you don't even realize half your stuff got stolen, or like one of your three items went missing. But yeah, what if anybody here ever experienced that? Let's see what they said about yeah, I like living life on the risky side. I love like running for that plane. I love like running. Like I love running so hard, just to barely make it to the plane. That gets me excited. Damn, really? What happened? Like you guys ever seen the movies where like what, especially one of those love stories and like they're like, no, I gotta chase after like Mary or something, you know? And the guy is running, and she's about to go into the gate, and like they're about to like she's about to fly away, and the guy is like running. He just barely makes it in time. He's like, Mary, don't go. I want to marry you. I'm sorry. You know, kind of like that. Except I would just be like, no, plane, don't go. Don't leave without me. I made it. They don't let me through check-in. Dang, yo. What are you sneaking in? Oh wow, Apple closed the New York City store to shoppers after the COVID spike. Ooh, Biden authorizes FEMA to provide COVID-19 response assistance. We're about to get some money drop at this point. They're about to airdrop some money. Once FEMA gets enabled, um, what's FEMA, like Federal Disaster Relief Fund or something like that? I just know that once you hear the word FEMA, they're about to airdrop some money. It's Federal Emergency Management Agency. Free money is about to come. Oh yeah, I read that last night. It says that they are about to actually give out like almost 2 free antibody tests per person. What? They ended it already? Bro, it just started. I was thinking about opening a Iron Condor and ABT last week. Let me see how it's looking right now. Wow, ABT's on fire. So ABT is the company that makes the test, right? They've been running like nonstop this whole run here. Started when COVID Omicron started last month, so they've been running ever since that. That's probably one of the easiest trade ever, but it's also very laggy. It's a very slow trade. It doesn't move as much. So I was thinking about opening the Iron Condor on it because I didn't think it was gonna drop. I figured it would just keep running, you know, just because, man. These tests is like people are buying them nonstop. They're getting out of stock everywhere. And the government just ordered a bunch of the ABT tests too. Yep, probably. That's how they have done it in the past before. So this is the ABT test. I'm pretty sure you guys all have this or have seen this already, right? So this is like one of the most common tests right now. And ABT is the stock slash the company that makes this. I don't know how much their margin is though. Iron Condor. Let me see, where's the support on ABT? Let's say support is at 133. Yo, essentially free money. As long as it stay between 135 to 149, you can make $35 for every $165. Easy ass money, man. So it's not like the ratio to risk and reward isn't that high, but if you have like a lot of money sitting around, this is potentially a free trade because I don't think it has the RSI is very top out, so I don't think it could run to 149 in 2 weeks, and I don't think it could come under 133 either because I think any point it comes under, people are just gonna buy the dip on it because it's such a safe trade at this point. When in doubt, go for safe trades. What else are you guys looking for? Facebook. Oh yeah, Fiatware. I was just talking about Oracle before. I think today is starting to be a possible good turnaround day for a buying opportunity. Because I was looking at it on Friday and I thought the drop wasn't done yet. So Facebook has a nice little breakout here. Background got green, so very bullish, strong move. It's been waiting for that move too. Maybe Netflix will do the same. The hell, I'm getting deja vu. Felt like I said the same exact theme before. It's so weird. Yo, I think you said that last time too. I think you said that to me last time too, man. So Facebook looks pretty interesting. Could see a bullish move here if we can, stay above 344. I think Facebook could potentially move to like 370s. If you guys, are extremely bullish and looking for a bullish play, Facebook is a very good setup on that bullish play. Very, very good setup there. I don't know. I'm feeling a little FOMO. Might even set up something here too. Take a look at Oracle. So Oracle, we were looking at it last week, waiting for it to come down a little bit more, waiting for it to find the support. So obviously, it looks like a pretty good buying opportunity, but anytime when a stock drops a lot, you need to look for it to settle and find that support range first. So that's what it's kind of doing right now. We don't have a green candle yet, but I think it's about to turn around. Let me look at the 48-minute chart. Setting up, it has potential. So we just need to break above $89 area. If we can break above $89 to $90 area, then this is going to be the move to the upside. Could potentially hit 93s. Stop loss would be at 87. So is that Oracle? Oh, I haven't set up a play for Oracle yet. yeah, Fiat World. This is the play I would set up for Oracle. $90 to 95 for the end of the month. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good one. Ideally, I would love to set up a longer time. Because both spread, as long as it moves in a direction, we're making money, and more time, doesn't hurt. But at the same time, I feel like if we're gonna make a move, we're gonna make a move soon. So if it goes from $90 to $95, you could potentially make 100% from this trade. If it happens anytime from now to the end of the month. Yeah, that's why, dude. That's why you gotta do these spreads, man. You gotta get a margins account and do the both spreads, because if you're doing flat out calls, the premium is gonna burn you. So you want to use the premium in your favor. What are you trading on? You trading on like Robinhood or Tastyworks? You gotta try Tastyworks, man. Do it. Make the switch over to Tastyworks. I'm gonna release some super easy TikTok videos on on how to open the spreads on Tastyworks as well. So it shouldn't be hard. It should be like goddamn Beefy. Stop trying to kill my TikTok, man. If you guys are looking to open the account on Tastyworks, check out our referral link. Yo, Beefy, I'm gonna have them report your TikTok, man. Try to kill my TikTok again, this guy. Looks like there's some bearish trades on XLV, which is the healthcare sector. Let's see, XLV. The fills are pretty good. There's a lot of people on the Tasty trade now, so the fills have been getting pretty good. I would say the only thing about Tasty is their platform isn't as sexy looking. But other than that, overall it's pretty good. Oh, XLB is the materials. I'm talking about the XLV, as in Victor. So let's see. Looks like we got a little bit bearish sweep toward the end of the day. Must be because it ran a lot, so people are looking for it to come back down here. Let me look at the sectors real quick. Look through my sector lists. QQQ coming back to the trend line. The Russell's hitting a little resistance here today. XLP. Consumer staples is bullish again today as well. Consumer discretionary. Material sector also had a nice double bottom move coming back up. Semiconductors. XTL is telecom. I think Verizon and AT&T. XRT is retail. So the retail sector has been beat up pretty hard. XBI, biotech. I think some of the top holdings like Moderna and stuff getting a little weak over here actually. Looking like we're seeing a little rejection, even though I think it could hit 124s though. IYR, real estate ETF, hella strong. It's the financial sector, lagging a little bit behind as usual on that double bottom setup. XLE, energy sector. XLI, industrials, nice double bottom setup as well. Corporate bond, SPBO. The safe haven asset. The yen breaking down. I don't know. Anytime the yen start breaking down, it's kind of weird. TLT hitting some support here. Could potentially bounce. UFO. Space ETF found a little double bottom as well. Could see some recovery here. Maybe that telescope thing will jack up the space ETF that got delivered today, I think. Cybersecurity is hack ETF, also behind as well on a double bottom setup. So there's a lot of stuff that's lagging behind in terms of the double bottom setup. If you guys are looking for like, laggard plays, these are some of them. UFO and HACK. Solar ETF, no recovery though. NASDAQ 100s. Yeah, Young Bull called out this really good commodity play last week, I think. So WEAT, wait. It has bounced off our MOB line over here, had a nice move to the upside, the algo, very, very strong move. So that was easy money play. Every time it usually hit that area, it usually bounces a little bit. So that was a good bounce from 729 to like 770s. It may not sound like much money, but for this, and if you play options on this, super easy money here. But that's pretty much it for today. It's 5 o'clock. I'm gonna end it here. We don't really have any earnings coming onto this week. This guy. So pretty much, I think on Wednesdays we have fuel cell, but that's pretty much it. This is a just chillax week. I would just take a break, enjoy your life a little bit. Other than that, have a good day, guys. Thanks for hanging out and spending your time with us here.